Hey guys, what's up? Sorry about that. But recently I did a video about a week ago, back on the 17th of this month, and I want to thank, which ironically, or which surprisingly, and I want to thank everybody for this, is nearly at 800 views within 1 week. And that was my view, and that was my video on discussing when and where season 9 would debut. Well, ironically, about a week later, this past week I should say, somebody at the MLP forums brought this up in the discussion on a topic that they did, and basically they named their topic leaks, spoilers, whatever, and they mentioned something very intriguing, something that even I touched upon in my video that I did a week ago, and that was about the rainbow powers. Because one of the things I talked about when I was discussing when and where season 9 would debut was the fact that Equestria Daily had reported new pony figures, collectibles, and all that popping up at places like Target. And one of those figures was called Rainbow Wings Twilight. Now, they also had Magical Rarity, Magical Pinky, they had Luna and Celestia. Of course, they had new Equestria Gold figures, little mini figures. And it got me thinking, the same thing, ironically, that this guy was talking about in his forums this past week. And that is, are the rainbow powers coming back in season 9? And surprisingly, my job, who in the past has kind of fallen behind sometimes when it comes to ordering things things we're supposed to be selling, things that keep us up to date, with other Walmarts and Targets and Kohl's and all that. Ironically, this year, because every new year, any retail store has to kind of do a revamp, has to do a inventory clean out to kind of make room for the new stuff they're bringing in. Well, surprisingly, one of the sections that always seemed to be like a weak spot for my store was the toy aisle, but that's not the case now, because the stuff that Equestria Daily reported that stores like Target were getting, we were now getting as well. As I mentioned before, I talked about the rarity figures that they had that was reported being at Target, and surprisingly, almost a little after that, I noticed that during the whole recheck of inventory, the inventory clean out and all that, and the arrival of new stuff, that my job had gotten a rarity figure as well. And not just that, they had also gotten another rarity figure that was reported as well. Basically, the classic main 6 rarity, which is basically a remold of the classic original figures that was sold when the series started. Now, since that time, my job has gotten the other 5 of the main 6, which I will get in the future. They also have Pinky, Magical Pinky, which is the same as Magical Rarity. And then, a little after that, we ended up getting Celestia and Twilight, as well as we got the mini Equestria Girl figures and a few other things as well. And I think you can check my video out on that. I'll provide a link in the description, as well as I'll provide a link to that MLP post that I'm talking about. But then, also this past week, someone talked about season 9 on Twitter. Because one of the things I like to do when I post my stuff to Twitter, my videos that is, when it comes to MLP, is I like to put hashtag MLP season 9, even if it doesn't pop up. But ironically, when I went to go put the hashtag for it, it was one of the hashtags already set to go. So when I clicked on it, just out of curiosity, I suddenly noticed that there was some recent discussions on season 9, and someone had talked about possibly May 25th being the startup date for the season. But then in contrast to that, the person that posted the topic at the MLP forums said that they looked at a pattern over the past several season premiere dates and saw that these premiere dates ran in a certain pattern. Like, this past year was March, season 8 was March, season 7 was April, season 6 was March, and season 5 was April. So what they're assuming is season 9 could possibly be April. So we'll have to wait and see. But getting back to that topic from the MLP forums, the guy also talked about something that he noticed in one of the promotional things that they found. It said Rainbowfy the World, and it's like, or season 9 Rainbowfy the World, and it's like Rainbowfied, and it got me thinking again about what I mentioned in my video the previous week, and that is, are they bringing the rainbow powers back in season 9? Considering who the potential season 9 and series finale villain and antagonist is going to be, it would make sense. And then, as I mentioned, when Equestria Daily reported about these new figures, and one of them was the Rainbow Wings Twilight, that really got the wheels turning, that if the new figures coming out of Twilight, Celestia, Luna, and the rest of the main 6, main 7, and Spike and all them, potentially are going to have a rainbow-fied theme, then it pretty much, in my opinion, cinches the deal that the rainbow powers are indeed coming back. And I'll show you. And speaking of which, and speaking of said figures, I did recently get them. And as you could see, you get a little bit of a rainbow theme on the background. This is Princess Celestia. It's glitter wings. She's kind of glittery. So I guess if you put her in sunlight and all that, or the sun, or in bright light, she will sparkle. She's got glitter all over them. So you got to wonder if she's going to get the glitter powers. And then of course you can see on the back, Luna is also part of this as well. We don't have Luna yet, but I got a feeling we will eventually. But yeah, Celestia just recently is, I guess, gonna get glittery, kind of like powers. I don't know. They're connected to rainbow powers. But anyway, you see that there's a rainbow theme on her, right? The same with Rarity, and you can also point out and see the same thing when you get when you get the pink. When you see the same thing for Pinky, Magical Pinky, and Luna as well, you get like a rainbow theme on the background, and then the way the gimmick goes for Rarity kind of backs that up as well, which is this. You use this comb with these things in here to brush these patterns into her hair, so it's kind of giving you that idea, and it gives her kind of like a pinkish thing. It gives her, and her hair is kind of like two colored now, so it makes you wonder if that's part of it. And then of course the biggest coup, like I said, was this one, Rainbow Wings Twilight. And this is a release of 2018, basically copyrighted last year, licensed last year, for this year, Rainbow Wings Twilight. And yeah, pretty much this, in my opinion, seals the deal, or cinches it, or really is the biggest hint there is, that the rainbow powers are coming back. And this is basically what her gimmick is. You press it like that, that goes on. Press that, another color, and then it does that. And then that's the color it starts with. And it just repeats and rinse and repeats. But yeah, it was like when I heard about that, or when like I said, I saw this reported by Equestria Daily, again, even before I read what the person put at the MLP forums, it made me think the same thing. Is the Rainbow Powers coming back? And like I said, with the fact that the season, if not potentially series finale antagonist and villain is GroGar, who's supposed to be the baddest of the bad, if you will, basically beyond Tyrek level as well, it would make sense to bring these powers back and not just envelop or what's the word I'm looking for? Not just envelop, but place them onto the main six, but also place them on characters like Starlight, perhaps, maybe Spike, possibly hinted at Luna and Celestia, maybe the Student Six, pass the powers on to them as well as the main six. Give all these characters a chance to fight. If the Rainbow Powers, and obviously just by the toys being sold and all that, and being the biggest hints of all, coming back for season 9, it makes sense that if you're going to bring these powers in, bestow them. That's the word I'm looking for. Bestow them on more than just the main six. Bestow them onto Spike. Bestow them onto Starlight. Bestow them onto Student Six. Bestow them onto Celestial, Luna, Cadence, and Shining Armor. I'm just saying. But yeah, it's kind of funny that these new figures, these new toys, collectibles in my opinion, have a Rainbow Fight theme to them. And the only other time we've seen a Rainbow Fight theme come into play, figure-wise and everything, was to be in tune with Season 4, when we first saw the Rainbow Powers in Friendship is Magic. So it makes you think and wonder, that since we're seeing this again in a new revised version, that the Rainbow Powers all coming back are going to play a major role. And obviously that's exactly what they're going to do, because here's the thing. We have not seen the Rainbow Powers since the two-part finale, Season 4 finale. We've not seen them officially since then. And now you could say, well, you saw them in that Do Princesses Dream of Magical Sheep episode with Luna, but that was a dream. It wasn't real. So yeah, this will be the second real official second time that we'll be seeing them play a major part in the season, if not the end of the series. But yeah, I just thought I'd take this time to discuss that, show you some of the new figures I got. Oh yeah, in closing, when I talk about clearance and all that, inventory clear out, recently I ended up getting the Rainbow Dash version of this, which was a clear version of the Sea Pony figures with glitter and kind of liquid in there and all that. But I ended up getting that one, I think, at about $9.88 or something, or $7.88. Well, as you can see, the clearance price here, because these were the items they were clearing out, is $4. But when I scanned it, it actually went down to $2. So in a sense, I actually saved myself $5.88, which is pretty cool. And just to let you guys know, these figures of Twilight and Celestia that I just showed you are the actual ones that I hid in a very obvious area in the toy section. So, and then I hid this underneath the made-for-TV display stands or something like that, shelves that are up front. So yeah, so I ended up getting them, so I do have these. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say, guys. Like I said, I just wanted to take this time to show you some of the new stuff I got on it, and how somehow it relates and connects possibly what we're going to be seeing be used by the main 6, main 7, and the rest of the characters, possibly against GroGar in this season. So let me know what you guys think down below. Dr. Wolf, if you're watching, you ever get a chance, man, my friend, I would like to hear your thoughts on the possibility of the rainbow powers coming back in season 9. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know if you guys would like to see Dr. Wolf do that. Let him know about it. And that's all I'm gonna say. Heck, let anybody at the Rift Cafe know that you want to hear about their thoughts on that possibility whenever they get a chance. So let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. I'd love to hear from each and every one of you. And I am out.